So right now we are in Tampa, Florida, where I was surprised to learn it's not just old people. There's also young people as well. Two of them are sitting next to me. I stayed with these fine folks for the last 3 nights. Their mom as well. Unfortunately, she's not available for the video. So tell us your names and tell us both where you're from.
My name is Carina. From originally, I was born in Bogota, Colombia. I left there when I was 2. I moved to New York for about 2 or so years, and I moved to the Tampa Bay area, and I've been here ever since. I started the second grade when I moved here from New York, and ever since then, I've done elementary, middle school, high school, graduated here. So I've been in this area for a while.
All right. Well, my name is Sebastian. I was born in Bogota, Colombia. I used to live here in Miami, then moved back to Colombia. I came back here again. Now I'm in the Tampa Bay with my wife and my son.
No, no, bingo, bingo. No.
Do you want to introduce our special guest really fast?
Special guest is Oliver. This is our
Yes.
son. He's 1.5. He was born locally as well.
He's a Tampa baby.
He's a Tampa baby.
So how old are both of you?
I'm 22.
I'm 25.
Okay. And tell us about Colombia. I don't think the average American knows a lot about Colombia. They think Pablo Escobar and they think pretty girls, and that's usually all they think of.
Colombia is definitely much more. I'm sure whatever Colombian you'll meet will say the same. We're kind people. We're also pretty well known for our food. We're very happy people. I don't know if you've seen the statistic before on the internet, but we're one of the happiest countries in the world. So even though our country has some hardships, government-wise, economically, we're still one of the happiest countries in the world.
I think sometimes I see the stats and they're the happiest
Yeah.
country in the world.
We're happy people.
But the United States, I don't think the United States even breaks the top 10 happiest countries in the world. So, what's the secret sauce in Colombia? Why are they so happy?
No, I couldn't tell you. We're just manufactured that way.
Made that way? It's
Made that
something in the
way.
water.
Yep.
So Colombia is one of the most biodiverse countries in the world, maybe the most biodiverse country in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know anything about that?
Uh, Not numbers wise, but definitely when you go, it's beautiful all around. You get the green of the mountains. If you go to the coast, we have 2 different coasts. We also have an island a little bit further away, but it's like off the coast of Ecuador. So, but it's beautiful, and you see lots of different species. It's a big country. They have so many different things to see. It's a whole nother subject.
So, give us a rundown of the major cities in Colombia.
uh, Cartagena, Barranquilla, Bogota, Medellin, Cali. Those would probably be the top.
Those are the top. That's 5.
Yeah.
4? That was 5.
I don't know.
That was 5. And what's cool about Colombia is that it's an equatorial country. It's right on the equator almost. So the differentiation in climate is based upon the altitude. So Bogota is one of the highest major cities in the world. Do you know how many meters is it above sea?
Not off the top of my head.
I'm
I think
gonna
it's
say 4,000.
4,000 something. Yeah.
That's a lot. I thought it was like 3,300.
I don't know. You might be right.
Well, in feet, it's like 10,000, 11,000 feet above sea level. So imagine a mountain in the United States, and then a city of 12 million people built on top of that mountain, and that's Bogota. So the weather is like 40 to 60 degrees
No,
every
40 is
day.
pretty cold. I think
50
we
to
average
60.
out at about 60 degrees in Bogota. It sometimes, if the sun is really warm, it's really hot. It can definitely feel hotter at night. The temps drop, of course, but it's ideal. It's 60s, 70s. It's perfect. Not too hot, not too cold. Rain once in a while. Everybody loves the rain.
And so whatever climate you want, you're just going down in altitude. You're in Bogota, you're at the top of the world. And then you want to get a little warmer, you go down to Medellin. You want to get even a little warmer, you go down to Cali. And then you want really hot.
You go to Cartagena.
You want to
Barranquilla.
like die of heat. You go
Yeah.
to Cartagena, which is on the coast. So tell us about your story growing up. Yeah, you grew up in Bogota mostly.
No, well, it was until I was in Bogota until I was like 6. Then I came over here.
Uh-huh.
And then when I was like 15, 16, I went back.
Oh.
Yeah, and then well now, like 12 years later, pretty much, I'm back here with her.
So between 6 and 15, where did you live in the U.S.?
Miami area was just like Hollywood, Weston, Davie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And who did you move over with?
Oh no, my parents and everything. My whole family, my dad, my mom, my brother, my sister.
They all went over to
Yeah.
Miami. What did your parents do? in
Well,
Miami?
they used to have a cleaning company. They used to own it. So they were doing pretty good. Then we moved back to Colombia. My mom works at my grandpa's shop and everything. So.
What's your grandpa's shop?
Oh no, it's just they sell everything. They sell school stuff, notebooks, all that. Every year, everything.
Oh, okay. And how did you two meet each other? Well, actually, but first, you gotta tell us your, like where you were over the years, so people know.
So
The
once I
background.
graduated here, when I was 18, I moved to Colombia. I kind of wasn't sure what I was going to do.
So from 2 to 18, you were in the U.S.
Yes, from 2 to 18, I was in the U.S.
And where were you in the U.S.?
When I first came over, I lived in New York for a little bit.
Uh-huh.
And then once I moved back to Florida.
Yeah, you left New York.
New York.
Goodbye, New York.
Goodbye, New York. And lived in Florida, so that's where I grew up. I did go back, though, consecutively to, while I was growing up, I would go visit my family in Colombia. So growing up, I found this profound love, obviously, for Colombia. I was young when I left, so I didn't really have that sense of pride in my country. So growing up, when I would go back, I loved it. I loved the people. I loved the food. I liked the vibes. So when I graduated, I knew I wanted to go back. So I went back, traveled a little bit. I had never been to San Andres, so I went to San Andres. And then I decided I wanted to stay. So I was living with my cousin over there, and I started working at a call center, and that's where I met him. We just had kind of similar friends, started going out and stuff.
She
So
started chasing.
No,
who was the call center for?
it's called Teleperformance, but with the campaign was for Comcast.
hmm
So how did it make you feel working for what is widely considered to be like the worst company in the United States?
It was tough.
It's hard, yeah. It was hard. It was really hard.
Definitely people mad, especially because we worked. We were like
Technical
technical
support.
support,
Mhm.
so when people's internets and phones weren't working, they'd call us. So definitely people were angry because who's happy when their Wi-Fi and their internet isn't working. So those
And on top of that, you had to sell them.
yeah, we had
So-
to sell and stuff. So.
Somebody calls in, they're saying, "You guys are the only game in town. You have a monopoly. I'm paying way too much. It's not even working." And then on top of that, you have to say, "Oh, but maybe if you upgrade to something,
Yes.
could be nice."
That's how it is. It
Wow.
will be even better so if you upgrade. That's why probably your service is not working.
Do you remember like what part of the United States were the worst callers from? Like just the most impolite, rude callers, and then what part of the United States were the most polite customers from? Do you guys remember?
No, not really. We would get it from all over. So
And you can get one call from, I don't know, from
one side of the country. And
Texas, and then next from Florida, and next from New York. It was
just depends.
yeah, depending.
Everybody was upset.
Yeah,
Mhm.
everybody was, yeah.
So how did you two meet in the call center? How did you catch each other's eye?
We actually worked different shifts. I would usually work the PM shift. He worked the AM shift. So when I was coming in, he was going out. We didn't really talk much at the call center. Um, when we really met was one day we had common friends and we went out to I don't know if you've heard of it in Bogota. It's called Teatron. It's
Oh, that's like a giant. It's like a 5-story nightclub, right?
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
In
I wasn't
Chapinero.
there for that. I
In
was.
Chapinero, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
A
I've
friend was
never
telling me,
been,
let's
but
go meet
it's-
this chick, and then he was like, let's go meet this chick that I want to get with, and I'm like, he was telling me like, oh, let's go there, let's go to Teatro, and I'm like, I don't want to go there, and then he was like, no, let's go. I'm like, all right, fine, let's go, and then.
So oddly enough, we met at a gay club.
Yeah.
Neither of us is
It's a gay club, yeah.
yeah.
So, speaking of dancing, tell us about things that Colombians do better than gringos.
Mm.
Wow.
Make some
No, I'm just
enemies
kidding.
right now.
We do life better. Everything.
Yeah, I mean they are Colombians are happier. So I mean, a lot of people think happiness is the point of life. So if that's the point of life, then Colombians have the gringos beat.
Yeah.
But more specifically,
I say we enjoy, like, let's say going out dancing. People here don't dance.
Mhm.
You don't see them dancing that much. We go out dancing. We play a lot of soccer, so that's a
soccer,
lot.
yeah.
Soccer. We take it really serious. We're really passionate about it, so it's really important.
what country is Colombia's rival in soccer?
Brazil.
Brazil, Argentina.
Okay.
Those are two top.
Those are, yeah, and always the pain in the neck is Venezuela because it's not that, yeah, no, it's they're the only ones that were right about, about to just make it, and they beat us. So it's like we have a better team, we always have better players, and then at the end they always beat us. So it's like,
So coming back to the U.S., was there anything that any culture shock that you experienced? Any things that were surprising to you?
wow, yeah, there's a lot of things, a lot of different people, a lot of different people that someone talk different. I can barely understand some people when they talk. It's like, what? Like, you have to think and think, but not much, it's just that kind of, not like culture.
Seeing all the old white people that can't dance.
Oh, there's some personalities out there, like looking at these 80-year-old, 90-year-old ladies smoking, and it's like, what are you doing
don't see much of
smoking?
that over there.
Yeah, you don't see that over there. Like, you don't see old people smoking.
Grandmas
or anything.
are more contained to their homes. They like
Exactly.
to cook for their families, and they're not really.
Here they're like in a nice ride, sport ride, Mustang, like smoking a cigarette. It's like, whoa, lady. But it's, you see different personalities here.
What stereotypes of Colombians have you encountered in the U.S.? What things do you hear from that North Florida redneck who doesn't know much about the outside world?
Cocaine and Pablo Escobar, and just the usual
Yeah, usual.
stigma.
I have a friend who is Colombian, and she was out at a bar, and she tells the bartender, hears her accent. He goes, "Where are you from?" And she goes, "I'm from Colombia." And he goes, smiles at her, and like winks and taps his nose.
Yeah.
Do you ever get that?
Yeah, it's
It's normal. You just
It's
know
normal.
it comes with a package. You just know.
Mhm.
yeah.
At this point, I mean, we
It's
didn't
funny.
really,
I take it seriously. Funny, like I didn't live it, so
We
I
didn't
take
live
it
through
funny.
that,
Yeah, I
but-
didn't live through that stage.
But definitely there are people who are more bothered that, because we don't want, or coffee. But that's obviously a good connotation, but we don't only want to be known for drugs.
Two
and
Cs.
Yeah.
For cocaine. And
Exactly.
Coffee
And Pablo
and
Escobar,
cocaine.
we're much more than that. We're definitely much, much more than that. But that's a part of our history, so.
Yeah.
To me, it's really funny to me. Like, oh, so you're an addict? But it's just funny. Like, I don't care really. Like I said, I didn't live it, so like I didn't live. I don't take it that serious. Like, there's cocaine everywhere in the world, so
Mhm.
that's like, just because they make it down there doesn't mean anything.
So, speaking of that, if you two were made the king and queen of Colombia, and you were tasked with making Colombia great again, what would you two go about doing?
Well, you go first. I think we're different.
I'll take. if we talk like I don't know how we make it different. I don't know. I would just charge everybody that wants to go into our country to make profit out of it. You're gonna have to pay a tax or something, an income tax, something like that. Because there's a lot of countries that just go in,
And
don't pay that
immigration.
much, make the research, get whatever is needed, take the wealth out of our land, and just get out. And nobody pays, nobody does anything. So
I would probably change, our country is very politically corrupt, so definitely all of that would have to get out of there. Sometimes it's hard because us younger people have different mindsets, more open, but people who've been there for a long time don't really see newer ideas of how our world is changing and its needs and rules and regulations have to change along with
Do you have
it.
an example of that?
Um, just I don't know off the top of my head, maybe not, but I feel like times go by and things change, but the rules don't. They're the same as how they were 60, 70, 80 years ago. So I think rules need to change along with the times. And I don't know, I'd really try hard to fight poverty. We have lots of poverty and just try to strengthen school systems and everything that builds a strong foundation for a country.
Do either of you have a favorite politician, either current or former in Colombia's history? Or
I
are they,
used
they're
to
all
like
bad?
Uribe, but then I saw this corrupted people out of his. Yeah. So it's not anymore.
Did you guys fall on? So Colombia had one of the world's longest running civil wars. It
Mm-hmm.
just recently ended. FARC was like a guerrillas in the jungle. They were communists,
Mm-hmm.
and they didn't really have they haven't had much power for many years, but they've
Mm-hmm.
kind of clung on. And there was a big debate in Colombia
Yes
over
and
the peace
no.
deal
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of Colombians felt it was too lenient.
Mm-hmm.
Did you guys
Well,
fall on either side of that debate?
Yeah, actually, I wasn't able to vote. I was here and I wasn't registered here, so I wasn't able to vote. He actually went out and voted for.
yes.
He voted for yes.
It's like it's the same thing that happened in Africa. It's like how are you gonna how are you gonna finish war with more war? It makes no sense. And how are you gonna tell them, oh, we'll forgive you
But you
if
have to go.
you
It
have to
doesn't
be
make
your whole
sense.
life in jail? They're not gonna like it, so they might as well just keep
Who's gonna give
fighting.
up if you could give up living the way you are to go to jail? Nobody's gonna do that. We just want to attend it all. It's
Colombian
understandable.
jails are not very
Yeah,
nice.
they're not
And
very
there's
nice to
no,
have to.
and quite honestly, there's no room for all these people. There's no room for the common day to day delinquent, much less.
Here you see like two tops, I would say three people in the jail cell. You can see over there 20, 25. The jail cell will be a little bit bigger, but you can see 20, 25, 30, 35 people in one jail cell and just living there, and they have to do their.
So, anyways, yeah, we just wanted it all to be over and just kind of learn, heal. We wanted
Yeah.
it to be over.
But there's still
However,
there's still
they
war.
agreed, even though no was what came out. That was the result.
Mhm.
But either way, they had sincere intentions. So
Mhm.
it's going. We'll see.
So moving over to politics in the United States,
Oh wow,
did either of you vote in the last election?
I
Yes.
can't.
Oh yeah, you
You
can.
did. I did.
But who did you vote for?
I voted third party.
And who's that?
I believe it was Gary Johnson. I might be wrong.
So why did you vote for third party?
I voted third party in the hopes. Obviously, I knew a third party wasn't going to win. Um, but it was in the hopes that for the next election, I think if third party got over 5%, I'm not sure, for the next election, they would be a major party. So we would have that third option.
They would receive additional funding in the next election.
Yeah, so that's what kind of I was hoping for. I saw that it didn't have to be between black and white and like yes and no, so that we would have a little bit more option when it came to choosing president. But it didn't work out.
So what do you two think of Donald Trump?
Mm, Politics isn't my forte. I don't really read much about it. I don't really care much about it.
But what's the general feeling in the Colombian
I think
American, Latino
when he
American?
started
Not
his
much
whole
love.
campaign, he was not. He's just a loudmouth. He was trying to say something, but he said it the wrong way, so it sounded wrong, and then this whole boom popped out, and I just think it was he was trying to say something different. Like we're gonna fight, terrorism. We're gonna fight.
I think he's very
people.
politically incorrect the way he expresses himself, and
Yeah, he doesn't know how to express himself. That's for sure.
I just think he's not the most fit candidate, but it is what it is now. There's nothing we can do. Just ride it out. Hopefully he does do great things and helps.
He's not such a loudmouth anymore. Like if you really look at it, because you have to calm down. You're a president now. You can't.
I think he says very inappropriate things, acts inappropriately, but hopefully he does well. I don't. I can't say I'd go out and rally and protest against him. I just hope that we have him. We're stuck with him for 4 years. Hopefully he does well for this country in 4 years, and that's it. Move on. Can't dwell on what is. Can't change.
So, a lot of Mexican Americans obviously strongly disliked Trump. But that's Mexico has a land border with the United States. Going to build a wall. A lot of Mexicans obviously don't like that. But were Colombians a little more open to the idea? Because Colombia doesn't have a land border with the United States.
No, but
so finally equal footing for us and Mexicans.
No, but people were still upset. They think it's hard for their to travel. We have family within the U.S. who now is afraid to, for example, go board a plane, nationally. So I think that they'll get deported or so. Definitely.
And these are people with green cards, and they still feel this fear.
No. Oh, with people with and without green cards. So. So yeah, definitely people, even us as Colombians, people trying to get tourist visas to come, definitely feel like maybe it's now harder. People applying for all sorts of visas, not just tourists. They feel that with Trump it might be a little bit harder than it would have been with somebody else.
Your family has a friend who she is married to a Dominican, and he has a green card, but she doesn't want him to return to Dominica to visit because she's
afraid they won't let him back in.
She's afraid they won't let him back in. Even though, that wouldn't happen, but there's still that fear. So I find that fascinating. Let's see, what else? Sell us on Tampa. The Tampa Bay area. We're not in Tampa right now, but sell us in the Tampa Bay area.
I think what's great about the Tampa Bay area is without necessarily being in Orlando or in Miami, we're close to both. We're an hour and a half away from Orlando. The theme parks, Universal, Volcano Bay just opened up. It's Universal's water park. Disney. We have so many other smaller little theme parks. There's like a dinosaur world. We have Busch Gardens here in the Tampa Bay area. We have beautiful beaches, Clearwater beaches, on the top 10 beaches for the U.S., I believe. Definitely for the Florida area. So definitely lots of beautiful things to see. It's a beautiful climate. Lots of fun things to do. Very family oriented. And down in Miami, which is only 4 hours away, sometimes less. Lots of culture, food, people.
So for those Northwest and Northeast hipsters, is there anything in Tampa, or should they stay out?
No, it's not super hipster central, so maybe just stay where you are.
Let's see, what else? So you two are quite different people. You're more hippie. You're not so hippie.
Yeah.
So have you two had any conflicts?
Sometimes, but
yeah,
just have to overcome them. Like I told her before, I don't like many things about that. She's with our whole Buddhism type of thing and all that. I don't like it much, but I have to live with it. That's the person I chose. So.
Do you have any funny stories about this clash?
No, not really. The funniest thing is when she tries to put those diapers on my boy.
When I cloth diaper, so he's not into it. So we sometimes.
It's kind of complicated, yeah. She finds it very easy. I don't like. It's just too much of a pain. I just want to like take it off them, throw it away. That's it. And she wants to wash them and do this whole thing and this.
Maybe like sing a ritualistic song when she washes them.
Exactly. Yeah. Just like that. But no, that's not me.
Do you are there any other fun ways in which you're raising your son like in a little more hippie style?
Oh, he has these pants. You should. Oh my god.
No, not necessarily. I'm very into attachment parenting. For whoever wants to read about it, look up videos or groups. I wouldn't say it's hippie. It's different, but it's not hippie. It's about respecting the child, about not forcing anything developmentally that they're not ready for. Just kind of going along, taking their lead mostly. So.
But it's fine.
So to close, why don't you tell us about the best things about Colombians, and on the flip side, the worst things about Colombians?
Well, the best thing.
I have to go take it away.
Well, this will be to close.
Okay.
Well, the best thing is, I don't know, we're always caring for each other. We're always.
You look out for one another.
Yes.
When you live in Colombia, you know your neighbors. There's a sense of family of unity. I think Colombian families are very close. And I don't know, something bad about Colombians. I can't say. I don't know.
Oh, come on.
I don't know. I don't feel like there's anything bad about my people.
Yeah, we have a big ego sometimes. Yeah, we do.
I don't know about everybody though.
Yeah.
That's
Not
just-
everybody, but most. We have to say
I don't
most.
even know
Most of the
about
people have a
most.
big ego because we're Colombians. We're the best.
And you said some people are stuck in their ways a little bit.
Maybe older people, not so
Okay.
much younger people though.
All right. Well, there you have it. Go visit Tampa. Go visit Colombia, though. Actually, if there's a Garden of Eden on Earth, it is certainly Colombia.
Definitely.
All right. Until next time.
Bye.
Thanks,
guys.
Thank you.